Hello everybody, welcome to what I am doing as a first here on the channel and for Call of Duty Vanguard, as well as the videos that I put out. It's basically a review of the Attack on Titan bundle that dropped today, as well as my commentary on why I think the blueprint system that they have going on now for the last couple of years in the Call of Duty scene, as well as a discussion as to what I think that Activision, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, all the companies at Call of Duty are doing and should try to shy away from as a consumer standpoint. They're probably never going to listen to this video, and that's cool, but if they do happen to come across it, I hope that they adhere to this, because I truly believe that the Call of Duty community that plays this game, they would like to see these changes implemented. So let's just go ahead and get started. And the first thing that we're going to do is just go ahead and review what you get in this bundle. So in this bundle, as you can see, you're going to get this operator, which is, the operator's name is Daniel Tatsu, something of that nature. I can't really pronounce it. But you get the Levi skin from Attack on Titan, which is one of the main characters, one of my favorite characters in the game, in the anime. This is his outfit that he wears. Get it to come up. There it goes. Personally, I think that Sledgehammer missed the boat on this. Maybe we would have gotten Levi's face, or if they wanted to stick with this operator, Daniel, then maybe we should have just taken out this hair here, and kind of left him with his regular hair if he had any under this Kevlar. I think that this really kind of messes up the look of Levi. Levi's a badass, and yeah, this hair, well, not so much. All right, but in the operator section, you're able to get a couple of what I thought were going to be cool things. So if you go over here to finishing moves, when you scroll down, you have this finishing move that's called Steel Cut. Let's get into it, and I'll show you and see why I think it should have been cool, but it's not. So overall, it looks pretty decent, I'm gonna say that. But the very first opening of the Steel Cut animation, which is him rolling on the floor, but yeah, you didn't see it there, which is him rolling on the floor. I believe that came straight out of copy pasta out of the anime where he was fighting the Beast Titan in one episode, and he was flying in off the air, and he landed on the ground right before, and that was the move that he did. And I think he did something similar to that in the, I believe, I don't know what season it was, to be honest, but it was the fight scene where he was in town and the Kenny Ackerman squad was coming after Levi. And the reason why I think it's obviously it's a cool animation, but Treyarch, or I'm sorry, Sledgehammer, really? He looks like he's breakdancing. Could you have not given me the animation of him flying in, or started it after he had done the roll? But that roll part at the end, you're basically making him look like he's breakdancing the guy to death before he cuts him. Missed the boat on that, and that's such a cool, iconic scene in the two sections of the anime that I told you guys about, that I feel they messed up on. Then you get a highlight intro, basically the cinematic of when you get a highlight done at the end for your MVP and all this other stuff, and you get the highlights that right before they scroll out the MVP. That's so weird. So this is like the play of the game. So here we go. In my opinion, that's excellently done. Very good. I think that's straight out, and it's called vertical maneuver. It's done exactly copy pasta from the anime, and I'm okay with that because that one looks pristine. Very good on the highlight intro. Then you have the MVP highlight. If you're able to be one of the top 3 in the game. This one's called Ultra Hard Steel. As soon as it loads up, we'll go ahead and we'll play it. All right. First and foremost, Sledgehammer. Can we not give him the sword? Really? But cool. as you can see, pretty standard military operating kind of finishing move that they do in the Attack on Titan series. It's not a Levi specific one in my opinion. That one, you can see numerous characters doing that throughout numerous of the fight scenes. Is there anything? Besides Jeremy, you just missed the boat because where's the sword? That's all I gotta say on that one, right? Alright. So moving on, and probably the meat and potatoes of the bundle, of any store bundle in Call of Duty, since Modern Warfare, has been the weapons. Alright, so the weapon that you first off you get with the Attack on Titan bundle is going to be a SMG, and it's called Historia, obviously named after the character Historia. And then we're basically going to look at the attachments. So once it pulls it up, so this is the weapon here. You've got the number 3 rifle brake. You've got the rifle brake that's got basically +1 accuracy, so that's a very good attachment. Then you've got the Hawkinson 174mm V11S. This one's pretty decent. The Camos recoil control. Next up, no optic. Your stock, it's gonna be the Gawin Folding 43S stock. Looks like that. Negative accuracy, recoil, sustained fire, flinch resistance, recoil, recovery. Okay. A lot of hip fire that they're adding to it. Aim down sights, walking down speed, which I kind of don't get, in my opinion, because if you're giving me +2 on the hip fire accuracy, you're promoting that the weapon's going to do a lot of hip fire, but you're giving me +1 on the aim down sight speed. If I'm hip firing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not aiming down sights, especially when you're giving me aim, walk, and movement speed, and you're giving me sprint to fire. I'm not sure with this con, but with this pro, but that's not a variant portion. That's more this butt stock. We'll continue talking about that in a minute. Efficiency gun hoe, fabric grip. Then you got the magazine. They went with the 7.62 Grenco 32 round mags, which basically gives you less bullet velocity, but penetration and damage. Hollow point, and that 1941 hand stop, just hip fire accuracy. All in all, this is a pretty decent gun. I've already used it in a multiplayer game. I don't like the build. I'm more of a stay away kind of guy with this SMG. This SMG, you need to really be within less than 10 meters. You want to hip fire it rather than aiming on sights. Prioritizes that. The recoil with these attachments, yes, it's only one that gets the kick out, but it's not controllable after 10 meters in my opinion. The reason why is the big factors of, yes, it's a little bit of recoil, but you have here accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. So the longer you keep shooting, you're gonna go bad. And in this game, if you're not familiar with the new mechanic, which is accuracy or /bloom, and yes, I know the accuracy got toned down in a patch a couple of months ago or a month ago, but this gotta get adjusted. Otherwise, you're just going to continue to have a gun that just recoils really bad and it flies all over the place. So that's on the sustained fire, and then the recovery, the real recoil recovery. So once you're done stopping shooting, it takes you a couple more frames to recover completely before the recoil resets. I think that's very bad attachment, and we'll get into why I think all of this is just purely bad. But overall, this looks pristine. I love the layout of it. Good themes that are being followed from the anime. Say that this is like a bar stool from, back in that era and all that other stuff. This basically, this barrel is basically pinpoint the ODM gear that they be using. That is obviously perfect, pristine, perfect. I really love the look. Couple of the customization stuff that they give you is going to be this nice secret keeper key, which if everybody knows from the anime, this is the key that Eren has on his neck for the cellar that his dad told him to go see for all the answers. Okay, spoiler alert, there's not really all the answers down there. All right, here's a sticker. This is my favorite piece. This is the piece de la resistance for me. This is basically a potato skin, and if you want to know what the potato skin is, sticker, excuse me, is about, it's Potato Girl. This is one of my favorite characters in the entire anime, and this represents her. So this is pretty cool to have this on. All right, next up you get the Titan Piercer, which is basically the katana that they have in this game. It is a sword. They call it a sword. They don't call it a katana in the anime or anything of that nature. It's a part of their ODM gear that they use when they're flying and when they're using it to cut down titans. Very, very on point, clean looking, nice presentation. I like it. All right, moving on to the second weapon that you get. It's going to be the oh, and I didn't mention it before, the SMG that you get. Yes, it's named Historia, but this is for the Sten weapon. So at base, this is the Sten weapon in the game. Okay. Next up is the assault rifle. This is the Amir Curse, which is basically the Amirs in the show that Historia has ties to, and all of the kingdoms and all of that stuff that goes into it. This is the Amir's Curse is the variant, and the base weapon of it is for the Volkstrom Grimir, which is my favorite assault rifle just because it's underrated. No one likes to use it because it's got a heavy recoil, but this has got one of the fastest pull-up times and the fastest ADS speeds amongst all the assault rifles and the SMGs right now currently in the game at base. All right. So some of the attachments that they've got here is the F8 stabilizer, the Krasnik 428mm 05S V, 05 yeah V. Then you got the rifle scope. You've got the Krasnik S12 VPS stock, the Perfectionist, the Defender kit, the stipple grip, lengthen, and the hand stop. So this build, with this build, I personally kind of do like it as an assault rifle player. The only thing that I would change, or two things that I would change on this one, because I kind of basically run the same exact weapon, is obviously I wouldn't go with a rifle scope of 3.5 in multiplayer, because that's what I play is multiplayer. I don't play Warzone. I think this is too much. You would better be suited with a 1.25 sight that's not hurting you on the ADS speed. Okay. Then this stock, while the stock is beautiful and everything else like this, to me this one doesn't really serve a purpose, because this weapon is more up close of a weapon. It's a short to medium range weapon. I like to use it as an SMG. Yes, there is stuff that hampers it from hip fire and everything else like that, but its pull-up time and ADS, like I mentioned before, was perfect. So with using this stock, we are increasing recoil control, accuracy, flame resistance, and recoil recovery. Those are all great, but it's hurting down how I'm playing with the weapon, because I will hip fire this weapon, I'll sprint to fire, and if I have to ADS, then I'm ADSing. So it's really hurting my play style with this weapon. All in all, beautiful, beautiful weapon yet again. We've got the key here, and we've got the potato sticker, excuse me. I keep calling potato skin. All right, that I believe is the last thing. Nope, there is one more. So in the customizations, you get the emblem right here, which is the Wings of Freedom for the core of soldiers in the anime of Attack on Titan. All right, all in all, that's what you get inside the bundle for 2,400 COD points or $20 US. My opinion so far of this bundle is do not buy it. I bought it because I am an Attack on Titan fan, and I was hoping that there'd be something better. The reason why I'm telling you not to buy it is, so since Vanguard has put these bundles in the shop, the tracer weapons, tracer fires on the tracer weapons have not been working. This one does not work all the way. It works halfway. You'll see a little animation effect as the bullet is firing from the muzzle, so the muzzle flashes will look like animations of muzzle, like from an anime, which is perfect. I love that. That's pretty cool. It's not too obtrusive when it's being fired, so you still can see. The problem is that once the bullet leaves, there's no tracer effect, so that sucks. So you're getting not anything, and that's been predicament with all the tracer bundles that they've dropped ever since this game has started, with the inclusion of that first MP40, one that still doesn't work. I don't like the attachments on this one. Same thing with the Voltrum. We already discussed just that one attachment. I like the Voltrum a lot better than I do the Sten. The history of the Sten, I'm gonna bring it up here. This is not my rant, but this is my plea to Treyarch, Activision, Sledgehammer, and Infinity Ward. If you're watching this, please stop this weapons blueprint selling. This is not what we want in this game, okay? We much rather pay for a camo, okay? Black Ops 4 was the very last time that you guys had this variants that you could change any attachments and then you'd be just fine, okay? I don't know how hard it is. I'm not a programmer like that for video games that would show me or tell me how hard it is to make sure that all these attachments can have the same thing on the variant blueprint. But we got to get away from this. You are basically losing sales this year from me because of this. I am not trying to buy this variant and do, hey, this is not the muzzle, or this is not the stock I want, so I'm gonna put the stock I want. Very bad option. I haven't leveled up the Sten. Try the Gravir. I don't like the Gravir stock. This is the stock I want. Well, wait for my weapon to pop up. And I've lost it. I've lost how the back of this weapon looks, and it's completely gone. Now it comes back. But that's what I talk about. I pay 2,400 COD points to get something that I can't use the way I want to use it. When you buy a camo or a variant, it is to express how you are as a player, how you play as a player. You should be able to throw it on your favorite weapon, whether it's dog crap or it's the best in the business in the game, and go to town and use it and be happy. We can't do that right now, okay? Not at all. I'll tell you right now, if they were to come back out with a camo system, like a blue tiger or a red tiger, where I can throw it on every other weapon, right? Just throwing out some names of camos, because I think that camo is in the game. I would pay somewhere between $10 and $16 easily, non-stop, for that camo, put it on every weapon that I want, and go to town. You want to do variants? Cool, not a problem. I don't even care about the sticker, the weapon charm, the highlights, all that unnecessary stuff. You give me a good variant that I can use with any of these darn attachments that you've got in the game, and I'll still pay you the $24 Call of Duty and rock that. And I got a 100% positive feeling that everybody in the Call of Duty community will agree with me. Please change that. Last but not least, I also think that these two weapons, they're going to get a buff, and they're going to be meta in probably Season 2. The reason why I say that is because in Modern Warfare, if you remember back in somewhere around May-ish timeframe, the pros in the in the Call of Duty League, they decided to ban the 10mm rounds on the MP5 in that game because it was a god weapon. They banned it, and they were using no ammo. Therefore, because of that, they wanted to look outside the box and stop using the MP5 and start looking at something new. They started and they stumbled upon the AUG. The AUG back then was a SMG that was using assault rifle ammo and SMG ammo. They noticed that with the SMG ammo, the 9mm version, it was killing. It had a very good fast time to kill. At that point, someone at Infinity Ward probably saw that, and they started pushing on everybody variants, blueprints of the AUG, and then they got a buff the next season. And that's what they've been predominantly doing for the last 2 years with Modern Warfare, with Vanguard, and with Cold War last year. Okay? Last but not least, to say this on this subject. I loved Modern Warfare. It was modern weapons. We had 5 attachments. You could go up to, I think it was 8 with a wild card. That was decent, okay? The blueprints were on fire. I didn't feel like paying for that most of the time because I felt that a lot of the stuff was getting changed. Cold War was an ugly looking game, but gameplay was as perfect as we've been able to get. Pubs wasn't great, but competitive play was. And here we are at Cold War, at Vanguard, excuse me. Vanguard, The engine is great. It's the Modern Warfare. It's copy pasta from Modern Warfare. If you don't look at you look at how the menu is and all this other stuff, and we all know that. The game looks amazing as far as graphically, but the game is horrible. It's a World War II game, and we're back to looking at World War II weapons. And this is the one thing that has turned me off from this game. As you can see, I am only level 24. I played the preseason. I have probably played 24 levels in the new first season, hoping that this game would be good, but it's not, in my opinion. And you know, a couple of the main parts is server latency is still an issue. Packet bursting is still an issue, and I'm on PC and I'm running a 3060. I'm pulling down 140 frames per second. I've got good internet connection where I can stream. This is unacceptable. This is a AAA game where we paid upwards to around $120, and this is the crap that we're getting. We're getting the crap with the weapons, how they're looking, even though these two look decent, but the attachments, it's way too many attachments to be dealing with this type of system. For the variations, we need to just go back to Camos. And last but not least, I personally feel that the company, I forget what their name is, I don't think it's Shueisha, but the company that owns Attack on Titan, I personally would be appalled at how Sledgehammer did them with this bundle. The traces don't even work, people. It's just, it's a travesty. I feel bad because I love Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty franchise. I love to play Call of Duty. I want to continue playing Call of Duty in the future. But these bundles, they need work. They're broke, and the game needs fixing. I really hope that they get to fixing this game. So again, to wrap it up, my opinion of this bundle, unless you're an Attack on Titan fan, my opinion, don't buy it. It's not worth it. Please, in the comments below, go ahead, state your opinion, get a conversation going if you want. I'll answer as many questions as I can without you know, as much as I know about the question if you ask it. But yeah, that's basically it. Ask questions away, fire away. Hope you liked the video. Let me know if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, I'm gonna gauge it based on your comments whether or not I continue to do something else like this. I am playing Battlefield 2042 if they get an update of that, and we'll talk more about that later. I'm also playing Halo, as Halo Infinite, as you've seen with some of the clips before. All right, thank you very much. Have a good one, and here's hoping that COD gets better.